Hi, my name is Shreyanshu, and this is my take on the Shipment Analytics assignment. Uh, a quick bit on the setup. I did all of this on Node, no libraries, just so every number is traceable. And the dashboard's a small Next.js app on Vercel. So the most interesting part of this wasn't the charts, it was the data itself. Because I almost got tripped up by it because, you know, here we can have a look at the data quality. There's a column called the delivery date, right? It looks exactly like what you would want it to look like, but when I actually checked it, it's the same as the promised date on every single row. It's not the real delivery date at all because if I would have trusted it, it would have said everything's 100% on time and has moved on. Uh, and then the status column also does the same kind of a thing because it says delivered on a ton of shipments and that actually showed up late, around 1700 rows where the label just doesn't match the dates. So I stopped trusting the both and I just calculated on time myself. Actual date versus promised date, that's it. Because after cleaning out duplicates and a few rows that were literally delivered before they were picked up, and I am left with around 3,400 shipments I actually can trust. Okay, so the first question, what was the worst region? And it's technically the central one. It's the lowest, but look, all the regions are basically between 48 to 52%. That's a 4 point gap. That's noise. Now look at the carriers over here. Uh, right. So that's a 15 point spread. And the bad carriers are spread pretty evenly across all the regions. So my honest take is this isn't really a region problem. It's a carrier problem. If I told ops go fix the central, I would be basically sending them after nothing. Uh, okay, so this next one's my favorite. So the freight cost versus distance. You would expect those to move together, right? But when I ran the correlation, it came out very weak, around zero point 0.3, which did not make any sense to me. Turns out it was one carrier, this one car 07, the red dot up here, this, because uh, it's changing around 10 times per kilometer what everyone else charges. Uh, the charge here is around 10 times. Take just that one carrier out and the correlation jumps back to 0.73. And when you add it up, that's something like 6.5 crore more than fleet rates would have cost. On that one carrier, maybe it's a premium service. I genuinely can't tell from this data, but you know, that would be the first thing I would go ask someone about. Anyways, coming to the last one, if I could only watch one number every week, uh, it would be on time rate rolling 4 weeks from the actual dates, split out by carrier, because that catches a problem early and tells you who it is, not just that something's off. So yeah, that's the gist. Because if, clean the data first and it stops being a region story and becomes a carrier story. With one carrier, that's a pretty big pricing outlier. And with that outlier, well, I am happy to go deeper on any of it. Thank you so much for watching.